of Kenya, you have elected 71 members of parliament to parliament as youth. Hongera for trusting youth with leadership. Your Excellency, this whole event has been put together by a steering committee, which I had the privilege to chair myself as your cabinet secretary, and a local organizing committee, which was chaired by the principal secretary responsible for youth affairs and the creative economy, my friend and brother Ismail Malim. And on behalf of that whole team that has put this event together, PS ukuje useme shukran kwa niaba ya timu yako.
Your Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, and all protocols observed, and the entire delegates of Youth Connect Africa. Hamjambo. Good afternoon. Let me, on behalf of the team that has put this great event together, thank you each and every delegate from across Africa and beyond for accepting our invitation and gracing the 6th edition of this Youth Connect Africa. It was a great pleasure for us as the young people of this country to see you interact very meaningfully and constructively to make sure you allow yourselves to have a borderless Africa. We really take that honor and thank you very much, and we don't take that for granted. My request to each and every one of you is that we have very beautiful scenery across this city. As you have heard, His Excellency the President mentioned to you that this is the only city in the world with a wild national park in its center. We have very many places and exciting places, very exciting cuisines for you. Make sure you don't go back with the dollars, boost the local economy. Thank you very much.
And in that spirit, our Ministry of Tourism, as part of celebrating Kenya at 60, free entry to all national parks. So you have free access to all our national parks, and I want to particularly encourage all of us, because tomorrow we are joining His Excellency the President for celebrations to mark Kenya at 60. Rise early in the morning. The park is amazing at sunrise. Go to the park early from 6 to 7, enjoy a ride in the park, and then join us at the National Day celebrations, which is a stone throw away from the National Park. Allow me now, Excellency, to acknowledge the partners. We have had incredible partnerships across this event. I want to acknowledge all the partners that have supported this event, the international partners, local partners, and I particularly want to thank Safaricom, Kenya Airways, Mabati Rolling Mills, and other partners that have made it possible for us to put this event together. I want to thank our NEPAD, who is such a dedicated partner, and indeed to confirm that Youth Connect is an African Union platform. And on that note, allow me to invite Madame Nados, who is the CEO of Auda NEPAD, to deliver her closing remarks on behalf of Auda NEPAD and the African Union. Welcome, Madam. DJ, hiyo muziki yako imekufa. Hata haijui kusindikiza watu hapa.
Oh, wow. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Your Excellency, Rigathi Gachagua, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Did I say it? Is it not correct? I'm so sorry. His Excellency Ababu Namwamba, the youthful, energetic minister, cabinet secretary, I should say, for youth affairs, sports, and the arts. Honorable Dr. Abdallah Utumatsiwima, Minister of Youth, Republic of Rwanda, the honorable ministers, all of you that are here, my sister, Ahuna Eziak Konwa, Assistant Secretary General and Director of UNDP Regional Bureau for Africa, Mr. Parfait Busabizwa, Executive Director of Youth Connect Africa, sons and daughters of Africa, the hope and pride of Africa, good afternoon. I salute you all. And I should also say all the parliamentarians and all other entities that are here, good afternoon. It's really a tremendous honor and a great privilege for me to stand before you, Africa's greatest assets, its youth. I stand before you today as a daughter of the soil, as a child of our beloved Mother Africa, but also as a mother and a grandmother. I stand before you as a proud African, a Pan-Africanist who have lived in many countries, in the Comoros, in Uganda, in Kenya, in Benin, in South Africa, in Ghana, in Nigeria, in Ethiopia. I also stand here before you as a person who's traversed the entire continent, working for the UN before as a private sector policy advisor and regional advisor taking care of the development programs. But also today, I am so proud, I am delighted to be addressing you as the Chief Executive Officer of the first ever development agency of Africa for the continent. I now serve all 55 countries, which are the African Union member states. And I serve you, Africa's youth, because I know that you are the greatest asset, you are the hope of Africa. Allow me, Excellency, to just address the youth that are here. My heart, sons and daughters, is filled with joy and pride, seeing the unlimited talent and passion that reside in this room within every one of you. Your energy, creativity, and determination symbolize these aspirations of millions of young people across Africa. And I want to congratulate actually the Minister of Youth, because he brought not only the youth in the city, but all the youth across the districts, across the counties in Kenya. I salute all of you because when I was working here, I was going to all the 54 counties, and one of the things I was doing is promoting youth enterprise and entrepreneurship. And therefore, I'm so happy that you are sharing this platform with the rest of African youth. And I'm really pleased, and I want to congratulate again and again the minister. I'm also deeply inspired by the transformative discussions and rich insights that have emerged from this Youth Connect Africa Summit over the last 4 days. The energy, the passion of the young leaders present in this gathering are an affirmation that Africa's youths are the key that could unlock the door to progress, innovation, and sustainable development. You are the ones that are the key to the Africa we want. This summit also been a tremendous learning experience for the African Union Development Agency, the agency that is created to coordinate all development activities in the continent to ensure that we mobilize the resources from our development partners, making sure that the leadership and ownership is bestowed on Africans. And I'm so happy to have a very reliable partner, and it's close to my heart because I am a UNDP child, to see UNDP in its force here to support us, and many others that are here in support of our priority programs. My learning from this shows me or leads me to really analyze the word youth, Y-O-U-T-H, which represents to me, the Y represents to me the yearning. I saw the yearning of young ones for a change, and the change that they yearn for is not tomorrow, but today, now. I saw that in each and every young one that participated in the sessions. The O in youth represents the unlimited opportunities that the youth need to unleash their potential, but also the opportunities that is residing in them to transform Africa. The U in youth represents the fact that youth energy is unstoppable. It is unstoppable. The youth have emerged to transform our continent and to show us what progress means against all odds. And therefore, we need to really scale up and upscale all what we are doing. We have seen the many programs and initiatives that are here. We have many others that are, in the books of the AU, like what we saw, 1 million, 1 million, whatever. Slogans are many anyway. We have the programs of Energize Africa. We have the programs of homegrown solutions. We have the program of growth solutions. We have the program of the geared towards upscaling and scaling up our vocational training. We have got other programs, many other programs. The 100 million MSMEs under our NEPAD, and the many others that are under UNDP, and many others, GIZ, and all these development partners. What do we need? We need to really scale them up. We need to coordinate our efforts. We need to create the synergies. We need to really be able to work together so that, we make effective impact on the ground. And therefore, I really appeal to all development partners to work under one implementation plan, which is the second 10-year implementation plan of the African Union, endorsed by all ministers of all sectors around the continent, but also by the youth that have participated in it and the others, parliamentarians and all other multi-stakeholders. Please, let's coordinate our efforts, and our NEPAD offers that platform. It is our mandate, and we pledge to play the role. And lastly, the H in youth stands for hope. Remember that you represent Africa's hope. Africa has been waiting for you. Without you, we cannot make a program. You are really the hope. And we do not want to see any hopeless citizen in Africa, any child that, as a result of hopelessness, is drowned in the Mediterranean Sea. We have to stop that. And we can only stop that with your force, with your energy, and also with our commitment and making sure that what we deliver is really, responsive to your needs. We are here, and this gathering has proven the collective commitment, the collective dedication towards the Africa we want. Let's walk away from this summit with hearts ablaze, I keep on saying, and minds ignited. My mind is ignited. How about yours? Is it ignited? Yes? Are we committed? Yes. Thank you so much. We will arrive to the Africa we want. Finally, I would like to just conclude my remarks by reminding the honorable ministers, before I close, I would like to take the opportunity to remind the honorable ministers of youth and all gathered here today about the role of the African Union, which NEPAD is part of, the whole AU. But the outer NEPAD, as I said, is the implementing arm of the African Union. Ministers of youth, you are members of the organ of the AU through what is called the Specialized Technical Committee on Youth, Sports and Culture. This body, Excellencies Ministers, is the highest decision-making body on youth development matters on the continent. When they met in May this year, among other things, they recognized the importance of Youth Connect. They recognized also the support of UNDP and the support of others in terms of youth empowerment. But they also demanded and pleaded that youth activities and youth support programs should be coordinated and synergized for impact, for results. Talk is cheap. We need to start walking the talk. And, building alignment on delivery is Africa's prime priority, and we need to do that if we want to make a difference. Ensuring that our efforts are synergistic and, mutually reinforcing is critical and very important. And I open my arms to all that come to support, the African Union, and the African Union Development Agency is here to help. I pledge myself to the youth of Africa that we will do what is possible to make sure that the future is built, and it will only be built with your efforts, with your energies. I want to thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Nadas. Asante sana. Of course, we expect the African Union to take the lead as we push the youth of Africa forward. Big Ted, this hall is too quiet.
All right.
Bring some energy.
Okay,
Some
ladies
energy
and gentlemen,
to be
this is the time that you've been waiting for. Tuendelee ama tusiendelee? Deputy President, tuendelee ama tusiendelee? Tuendelee. All right, all of us up on our feet. Kila mtu asimame, nataka kidogo, we stretch out kidogo, 1, 2, 3. Please, stand up on your feet. I got my group of dancers, DJ. Ebu tuende kitu kidogo, haraka. What you say?
I'm on the road, and then I check a stop
Weka juu,
Mikono juu.
weka mikono juu,
to save the life
alafu tunaenda kama rege namna hii.
of the island.
Hapa tu, hapa tu,
I'm gonna
tunaenda rege.
Like a...
Haya tuweke mikono juu.
Throw these on mikono juu ya hewa. Twende. Pull your hands up, up, up. Pull your hands.
All right.
Twende, everybody. To the left. To the right. To the left.
Unafanya nini?
Hands up, down, up, down. Everybody put one hand in the air. One hand in the air.
Everybody put your hands up in the air.
Right. Watch this.
What is-
Left, right,
Come on.
left,
To the
Right.
right. Two more times, two more times. Left, right, 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 left. Follow. Follow the leader, leader, leader. Follow the leader.
to the back.
Follow the leader, leader.
Huko nyuma, mkono juu ya hewa. Twende. Up, 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 up. Here we go.
All right.
Everybody, the song is called Pungulu Pangala. To the side, everybody turn to this side. Kila mtu, twende. Kila mtu. Mbele, twende. All right, asante sana. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. See us. Thank you, thank you. Good energy. You cannot afford boredom in a Youth Connect Africa event. You can't. You haikubali, we can't buy that. Now, it is my pleasure to invite my friend and brother, Ambassador Martin Gonga, who is going to say some remarks on behalf of my colleague and friend, the Minister for Youth Affairs of the Republic of Rwanda, my brother Abdallah, who is held up somewhere where we cannot extricate him from. But Ambassador Gonga will make some remarks on behalf of the Republic of Rwanda. Balozi.
Asante sana mheshimiwa, sijui tuzungumze Kiswahili au? Thank you very much, my brother and friend, Honorable Ababu, Your Excellency, Deputy President. I think it is in order also if I say Your Excellency Rigji. I don't run risk of punishment. So thank you very much for this opportunity. First of all, I convey the regrets of Honorable Abdallah Utumatwishima, Minister of Youth of Rwanda, who is in Nairobi, but had a technical hitch this morning and he couldn't be here. We thank Kenya for a very successful hosting of this event. Your Excellency, Deputy President, you had just been in office for a few days when you attended the last Youth Connect in Rwanda, and you asked that Kenya should organize this edition. That communicated the commitment of yourself, of this administration, and the Republic of Kenya to the cause of Youth Connect. So we thank you very much. As a Rwandan, I'm very proud that the idea that my president initiated has become a movement. It has attracted partners, credible partners. All of you are now on board, and there is no doubt that the ideas and objectives that my president had when he initiated this initiative are going to be achieved. So we thank you very much on behalf of Rwanda, on behalf of my president, We thank you very much, Kenya, for having all of us here for a successful organizing. And we hope to see you next year, hopefully, in Rwanda. God bless you all.
Asante sana, Balozi. Thank you. And now, before I call our final speaker, before His Excellency the Deputy President addresses us, allow me to acknowledge Your Excellency, the second Principal Secretary in this host ministry, who is the Principal Secretary responsible for sports. Sports has been a key agenda in this whole event, and the whole discussion has been how do we turn our sports into a mega industry. Engineer Peter Tum, Principal Secretary, State Department of Sports, njoo usalimie vijana wa Afrika kwa neno moja, wajue ya kwamba michezo iko sawa na unaendesha michezo sawa sawa, and that sports indeed is growing into a mega industry. Yes,
Your Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, the Cabinet Ministers present here, all protocols observed, good afternoon. Good afternoon once again. Hamjambo vijana. Your Excellency, as a Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, we are very happy for the support you've given to this ministry ever since we came into this government. The mere fact that you can see the numbers in youth, and as we know, yourself and I belong to the other, youth that I will not mention this time, because we've lived for over 50 years, and therefore we are young of the old. Your Excellency, your wisdom that you've given to this ministry within the leadership of our Cabinet Secretary has been immense. And when you look at what has happened in the recent past, we are very proud to have been where we are as Kenya. On the side of sports, just like the Cabinet Secretary has said, we have had very good fasts. The first thing that you are aware about, Your Excellency, courtesy of the support you've given us as a ministry, is the mere fact that we are going to host the AFCON tournament as the 3 East African countries. It has never happened before. We want to thank His Excellency the President for that. The other thing is what is currently obtaining the tournaments that was concluded the other day of the CECAFA Under-18. We are now going to, on 15th, be hosting the CECAFA Under-15. So when you look at the vibrancy of the ministry, we want to assure you, Your Excellency, that we will continue supporting the youth in all the programs that we've set out to support. And thank you for your support, Your Excellency. And God bless you. Thank you so much.
Asante Pierce. Allow me now to invite our last speaker, Ms. Ahuna Eziakonwa, Assistant Secretary General and Director of UNDP's Regional Bureau for Africa. UNDP is a premier partner for Youth Connect Africa. Welcome.
Your Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, and everyone is wondering if I'll be able to pronounce your name. Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, alias Rigiji. I like that name better, actually. It shows your spirit and the spirit that led you to say, it's going to be in Kenya this time. Excellencies, distinguished ministers, but let me specifically recognize our champion host minister, Honorable Ababu Namwamba, Cabinet Secretary for Youth Affairs, Creative Economy, and Sports. for this beautiful country. So over 16,000 of us converged in this magical city of Nairobi, which has been voted by Lonely Planet as what? The best destination for all tourists. That's a big deal. And here we are confirming that. You all have voted for a united, borderless Africa by your sheer presence. You have, by coming to Nairobi, voted your belief in working for an Africa where everyone's need is met. And this year's summit has been electric. It has been validating and it has been truly inspiring. You know, one little secret that many of you may not know is that on day one, when we interacted with the president of this country, President William Ruto, he actually was late by almost 4 hours for his next event in Djibouti because he was so inspired, so committed to listening to you, to speaking to you, that he just stayed. And I'm sure that his handlers were having a heart attack. But we know that that leadership commitment, it's exactly what is needed to build a trust between our leaders and our youths, something that is desperately needed. We need a social contract that is in favor of youth development. But that social contract cannot happen if you're not able to have a face-to-face with those who hold power. And this is what makes this Youth Connect such a special moment and a special platform. And I hope that you register it and you don't miss this opportunity. It's very rare because young people are actually very far away from the seat of power. And often this is the reason why the issues that you wrestle with are not in the central policies of the countries. So Youth Connect is trying to make this magic happen. And we really want to celebrate President Ruto for his humility, for his patience, for his wisdom, and for valuing our youth. Mine, Your Excellency, is a bittersweet experience of this moment. Sweet in the sense that we can see the vibrancy of this continent. We can see a hopeful future. We're invigorated by the unmatched talent and wisdom of our youth. But it's bitter because throughout the 4 days that I've been here, I've had sleepless nights and I've agonized over the opportunities we have missed in investing in our youth. I've agonized over the fact that the talent, the productivity of all of these young people that we have witnessed here has not been matched by quality investment. We are still lagging behind in leveraging this amazing resource that Africa has. And as a leader of sorts, I feel a sense of indictment. We could have done better. We could do better. And I'm walking away from this event more than ever convicted that we need to put every effort that we have at every stage, in every moment, to ensure that we hear a different story from our youth. What was the topmost priority that was highlighted here when we did the survey? What is on the heart of young people today? Jobs. The absence of jobs. That tells us one thing, that our young people are not here for handouts. They don't want charity. They want to be recognized as productive members of society who want to work. They're not just looking for jobs. They are committing to work. And work is different from just a job. Work, it's about realizing your purpose. It's about linking your talent to transformation and service. That's what every young person here is telling us. And I hope we're listening. You want work. You want an occupation that makes you a valued global citizen. Can we give that? Can we make sure that that happens? Is the question that I take away with me and that I will bring to every capital on this continent that I go to for whoever cares to listen, who has the power to make this change happen for our youth. Because they deserve it, because Africa deserves it, and because the world needs an Africa where the African youths are at the center of what happens next in the world. And I want to close by saying a proverb that I just recently learned. It says, because this theme of the whole Youth Connect has been about dance. So this African proverb says, the tree that refuses to dance will be made to do so by the wind. You are the wind. And Africa's youth will make those trees dance. We, you, together, we're gonna shift those trees that have stubbornly refused to lift their feet and make change happen. You are the wind. Are you the wind? We're going to shake those trees. And I think that's a promise you should make to yourselves before you leave Nairobi. We have good news for some of the talented innovators who competed in the challenge that we put together. So, some of you have won prizes, and I just want to end by calling you up to the stage for your prize. So we had a Blue Economy Innovation Challenge, which recognizes and promotes innovation projects in Africa's blue economy space, and 3 youth-led organizations have been awarded. The second runner-up okay, so we'll do the awards later, I'm told, but it's an exciting announcement. I thank you all.
Thank you, Ahuna. We are going to do that award ceremony as the very final segment of this closing ceremony, and that will be after our chief guest delivers his speech, and then Madam Ahuna, you'll join His Excellency in presenting those awards. Your Excellency, I want to acknowledge your presence here and to thank you most sincerely for finding the time to join us for this closing ceremony. But most importantly, I want to thank you on behalf of all of us, as the government of the Republic of Kenya, for bringing Youth Connect Africa to Nairobi. Your Excellency, you traveled to Kigali when our administration was barely a month in office. In fact, cabinet was not even in place yet. But you traveled to Kigali, you represented our country, and you brought Youth Connect back with you to Nairobi. We thank you. Vijana kukua kwetu sisi hapa leo ni kwa sababu ya huyu mpenzi wetu tunamuita nani? Rigi. Hebu nisikie tunamuita namna gani? Hebu tumpatie Rigi G makofi kwa kuleta Youth Connect Africa to Nairobi. Thank you, Your Excellency. And Your Excellency, after you brought this incredible event here, we have had an incredible 4 days. We opened this event on Friday with a greening moment. And if you go to the Kasarani Stadium today, that whole ecosystem, we have planted the seed of a sustainable botanical garden that is now going to be part of the Kasarani ecosystem, thanks to Youth Connect Africa Summit 6th edition. And I want to thank everybody who took the time, including Madam Aouna here, my colleague ministers, Bangura, my brother minister from Sahrawi, my brother minister from South Sudan, who joined us for that special occasion to plant trees. From Saturday, the young people of Africa have gathered here in different sports in this iconic Kenyatta International Convention Center. And we have had conversation after conversation. Your Excellency, I have sat in several of those conversations, and I have heard the youth of Africa imagine. They have imagined an Africa where they have a central role to play. An Africa that respects the mantra of for youth, by youth, of youth, where the young people have a central role to play in everything that concerns them. I have listened to the youth of Africa imagine a borderless continent, a continent that allows free movement of people, of goods, of services, of ideas, where you can be in Turkana and trade with someone in Timbuktu. You can be in Port Elizabeth and do trade with someone in Casablanca. You can imagine an idea in Mauritania and see that idea in action in Central African Republic. That is the kind of Africa these great young people have imagined. These youth have also imagined an Africa driven by innovation. An Africa where they can innovate, they can ideate, but they can transition their innovation and their ideas to entrepreneurship. And we witnessed here, Your Excellency, examples of innovations of young people. We saw a young Kenyan who has innovated around transforming plastic waste into green cooking gas. Zach is right here with us with his innovation. We have seen Zach here is a young man from Kiambu County here in Kenya. We have seen a young man from Mali who has innovated around drone technology. And he was able to demonstrate here how this African-built drone can be flown to offer solutions to challenges facing this continent. Essentially, Your Excellency, we have seen young people who believe in the mantra of African solutions to African problems. And they have those problems in the palm of their hand. All they are asking for, give us the space to deploy these innovations to transform Africa. We have also witnessed here youth who are ready to work. And they are saying they are not limiting themselves to white-collar jobs. Some will become doctors, some will become lawyers, some will become accountants and teachers, but they are also saying they are ready to hustle, Kenyan-style hustle. They are ready to hustle in the creative industry, deploying their talents in music, in theater, in film, in fashion, in pageantry, to build sustainable livelihoods. They are also ready to deploy their talents in sports, in culture, to support sustainable livelihoods. And so I want to assure you, Your Excellency, we did not come here to idle. We did not come here to gallivant. We did not come here just to roam around. We came here to imagine a new Africa, an African Renaissance. And I can tell you, Your Excellency, as we close this afternoon, Africa is in a better place because of this incredible youth of our continent. I want to assure you, Your Excellency, that at the end of this summit, we know exactly what next. We know exactly what next. And we have also committed that this must not be a talk shop. This must not be a talk shop where we just come and talk and then read communiques and then wait for the next party. We want to see action. And so among the things we have agreed on is that the innovations that have emerged out of this gathering will be progressed to businesses and entrepreneurship to offer jobs and opportunities for youth across this continent. We have also committed, Your Excellency, that we'll follow up firmly without any equivocation or ambiguity or circumlocution of any nature on the commitments made by African presidents on visa-less travel and visa-less access. And we want to start seeing Africa indeed becoming open to the youth of this continent to move and to do business and to interact. We have also decided that on the big agenda today of climate change, the youth of Africa will take the lead through the Million Youth Green Army on climate adaptation. And this project, which has been initiated here in Kenya between the Ministry of Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports, working with the Global Center on Adaptation, the University of Nairobi, and the Dutch University of Groningen, is now ready to go Pan-African, and will be spreading it across the whole continent of Africa. And finally, Your Excellency, we have decided that because the creative economy, creative industries hold so much promise of offering dignified work opportunities for the youth of Africa, we're going to invest heavily in deploying the creative industries as a formal, respectable economic engagement. And we have agreed as Kenya, we have discussed with AUDA NEPAD and colleagues with whom I have held bilateral meetings, one-on-one, that Kenya's Talanta Hela initiative is now becoming Talanta Hela Africa. We are taking it continent-wide so that we can mobilize resources around identifying, nurturing, and monetizing talents of the youth of Africa. African youth, we believe in you. Don't be daunted. Whilst Nelson Mandela encouraged us by saying, it always seems impossible until it is done. And we shall do it. Africa, oh yeah! Let me hear African youth. Africa, oh yeah! Africa, oh yeah! And now, it is my singular honor, privilege, to welcome a gentleman that those of us who live in this country called Kenya love to the high heavens. We love this guy called Rigiji. But Amahuna, you don't need to struggle with Rigathi Gachagua if it's giving you difficulty. Rigiji is good enough. Rigiji is a darling of the youth of Kenya. He's in sync with the spirit, the aspirations, and the dreams of the youth of Kenya. And Rigiji is the youth of Kenya's baptism of this man. The man we call the man of truth. Allow me, good people, to invite His Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Rigiji. Lakini Rigiji utakuja pole pole, kwa sababu kuna vijana wamesema wanakusindikiza stage. Where are the escorts? Balozi, nisaidie hii kipindi kwa sababu vijana watamsindikiza His Excellency. Aya. Who is leading?
DJ.
Okay. Let's go.
That's right. 1, 2, 1, 2. Ladies and gentlemen.
Black Market Records.
Nairobi. Here we go.
Yeah, wacha nikuste, usiniogope baby. Leo na finesse na ujanja, leo nitamaintain. Ukini kuna back, nitakukuna front. Ebu baby, don't let go. Ukini pressure, nitakupea ndo. This the kind of love make you make me do it. I make you show it.
Ilibidi niokoke ndo niwashe jiko. Siko kwa kanaliti juu niko sio ngumu kudecide, tusikwende tukislide. We can boogie through the night.
Here we go. Nairobi. Oh, come on. Everybody, say, pick up my coffee.
Think a lot that I'm alive.
Say what?
Taking it, you got through. So follow if you want to. Nobody can stop you. Kabit kaki top too. Taking it, you got through. So follow if you want to. Nobody can stop you.
All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Asanteni madanser. Asanteni sana. Your Excellency, hii mchezo ndio mchezo ambayo inachezwa sana mtaani. Na Your Excellency, utaekelea ngapi? Tuko na kijana hapa. Utaekelea ngapi kwa game? Uko na 5,000? Aya, wacha ikuwe ya bure basi. Haezi? Hana. Utamwekelea? Haya, amekelea 5,000. Deputy President amekelea 5,000, akishinda anakula 5. Haya, twende kazi. Haya, Middle Bank, Middle nashikilia. Eh. Haya, nipe hizo zako na nipe za Deputy President. Mwenye banka anakula 10% ya kushikilia. Haya, game imeanza. DJ. Haya, kaende. Lakini unajua DP alikuwa ashaingisha moja. Buda, ngoja kidogo. DP alikuwa ashaingisha. Ya stripes. Haya, twende kazi. Imeoza lakini wacha ni set. Haya, 3 more and then we count the winner. 3 more.
one to call JJC. Yeah, this one is Afro Skank. And you dance it to Afro beats. But to do it, you gotta let go. If anybody's looking at you, tell them African Skank. Let me see you do the African
Final shots.
Everybody do the African Skank. Let me see you do the African Skank. Okay.
Final shots.
To teach you some African Skank. First, let's go to Ghana. I want you to put your toes to the floor and twist. With your fingers, I want you to point. All right? Twist, point, twist, point, twist, point, twist, point, twist, point. Azonto. Azonto. Time for a new one.
And our final shots. All right. I'm a port white. We have one. So the banker shall retain the money until the next year.
The next one.
Saa kama saa hii.
Kenya.
Hii tunarudishia kila mtu pesa yake.
Wanna see everybody jump in the air. And then you nod your head.
Aya, sawa. Mheshimiwa Deputy President amesema akule zote. Giri 10.
African skag. Let me see you do the African skag. Everybody do the African skag. Let me see you do the African skag. Everybody do the African skag. Let me see you do the African skag. Now, I want you dancing like as if your body's on fire. Fire. And your face gotta be ugly. Ugly. I mean, real ugly. Ugly. Atlanta. Hey. Atlanta.
DJ, ile wimbo yangu ya reggae.
Atlanta.
DJ.
Let us give a round of applause to our guest of honor for this closing ceremony, His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Welcome, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. Heads of delegations, ministers, heads of missions, distinguished partners, our esteemed youth, distinguished delegates, the present and the future of Africa. Hoi! Niaje? Mko poa? Asanteni sana. Today, we gather here to conclude a vibrant and insightful conversation of the very fruitful 6th edition of Youth Connect Africa Summit 2023. We have ignited a flame of innovation, collaboration, and partnership, propelling our continent to a rebirth. It is a proud moment for Africa. Kenya is happy and proud to host this distinguished event of high-spirited, sharp, and focused young minds. We take pride in the outcome of this summit. It is with immense gratitude that we acknowledge the government of Rwanda for pioneering and nurturing this visionary platform. Indeed, since the establishment, Rwanda, through President Paul Kagame, has fostered the spirit of Pan-Africanism, empowering young minds. Kenya, under President William Ruto, pledges to carry forward the torch with unwavering dedication in building upon the legacy you have established. Already, Dr. William Ruto is championing a borderless Africa by, among other things, advocating for a visa-free continent. The theme of this summit, Youth Innovating a Borderless African Renaissance, therefore resonates deeply with Kenya. Distinguished delegates and our esteemed youth, we live in an age where borders are becoming more and more irrelevant. Thus, technology allows us to connect and collaborate across countries and continents. This presents a unique opportunity for the youth of Africa to rise to the occasion, to be designers of our shared future. The challenges we face are vast and complex, from climate change and unemployment to poverty, inequality, among others. But within these challenges lies opportunities for innovation, for entrepreneurship, and for social change. Your generation is armed with creativity, passion, and advanced technology. You are well equipped to tackle these challenges and build a better tomorrow. Take your rightful place in innovation in all sectors and spheres of leadership. Our esteemed distinguished delegates, to succeed, hard work, dedication, focus, and a resolve to challenge the status quo is key. This will help you counter obstacles. You are not alone. You have the support of your peers, the community, thought leaders and influencers, governments and partners. During this summit, you have met and made friends and mentors. This is one of the reasons that Youth Connect Africa Summit was established, to connect you to the people who share in your dreams, ideas, ideals, business interests, and innovations. It has become a game changer that we continue to build on. We'll work together in championing your dreams and propelling you to full potential for a prosperous Africa. Young leaders of Africa, I take this opportunity today to challenge you to unleash your inner innovator. Do not think outside the box. Tear and throw the box away. Let your creativity be boundless. In your dreams, act big and decisively. And all dreams are valid. Further, as part of the strategies of securing funding, I urge you to align your innovations to areas of interest to partners and states. On the other hand, the conversation of this summit has pulled down the borders. Henceforth, take the conversation forward with your peers. Learn from each other, share your experiences, and build strong networks of collaboration. Take part in the rebirth of our great continent of Africa, where the youth are not just the future, but also the driving force of progress. Let us build an Africa that is a continent of innovation and creativity, where ideas are nurtured and transformed into reality. Let us build Africa that is a continent of entrepreneurship and opportunity, where young people are empowered to create jobs and drive economic growth. Let us build Africa a continent of peace and security, where young people are agents of change, promoting understanding and tolerance across communities. Let us build Africa a continent of unity and prosperity, where young people are the engineers of a bright future for all Africans. Distinguished guests, esteemed youth, on this note, allow me to conclude by welcoming our partners to work with us in supporting outstanding projects towards realizing Agenda 2030 of the Sustainable Development Goals, Agenda 2030 of the African Union, alongside the National Development Blueprint. On behalf of President William Ruto, I once more extend his invitation to all of you to take part in the Jamhuri Day celebrations tomorrow. Thank you very much. On that note, let me take this opportunity once more to thank CS Ababu Namwaba and your two Principal Secretary Ishmael and Dr. Tum and the teams working under you for putting together a very successful summit. Congratulations. When I went to Rwanda for the last summit, and I saw the passion of our young people, the creativity around them, the zeal, the commitment to change our continent, I made an appeal that this summit be held here in Nairobi. And I want to thank President Kagame for having acceded to that request. And I'm therefore very grateful to our CS and his team for not letting us down by putting together a seamless event that has dignified our country. I also want to thank all the young participants and delegates for the way you have conducted yourself here in Nairobi. When this event was being put together, and when our security agents were told that we shall have 20,000 young people, they were telling us that they needed to assemble thousands of policemen to keep peace and security in the event. I told them it is not necessary. These are not just youths, these are the leaders of Africa. And I want to say, for the days you have been in Nairobi, not a single incident of bad behavior, of indiscipline has been reported. And you have dignified me because now, when I tell the Inspector General of Police something, he will listen to me. I told the Inspector General of Police, 20,000 young people seem like a problem to you. To us, it's a solution. These are African leaders, the present and the future. So we are very happy for our young people because you have exhibited great leadership. And we know in this continent that in your hands we are safe. We have tremendous confidence in our young people. In the myriad of problems in the world, we as a continent deliberately choose to put our future and the solutions to our challenges to our young people, the ones assembled here today and the rest of the continent. I want to say thank you very much. For those who are outside this country, please don't be in a hurry to leave. If you had a budget of some dollars and euros, don't leave until you exhaust the entire amount. We have a serious challenge of foreign currency in this country, and whatever you can leave here will be most welcome. For our people here in the country, I want to, and the rest of the continent, to wish you a Merry Christmas, a happy 2024, and I want to say we have faith, we have trust in you. This continent is going places. Asanteni sana.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Your Excellency will keep you there.